Friday morning. Let's see, how could you forget about me like that? Lol. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I just forgot about it. Anyway, let's see what we got for Friday morning. Plenty of warm lows in South Florida and southern Arizona. A little bit of warmer, uh, above average type of temperatures in parts of the Great Plains. Below average temperatures, chilly weather settling in the northeast. Some may be close to freezing throughout parts of upstate New York and the Sierra Nevadas and northern plains. Take a look at your area while. Let's see. Your lows are going up to the low teens in degrees Celsius. But let's see what happens for Friday night. Friday night, it's kind of stagnant, just about low to mid teens in degrees Celsius. Throughout the country in the U.S., in the southern plains in Texas, there's plenty of heat there. South Florida, I know a lot of heat throughout southern Arizona and a few places in the desert Southwest. Chilly temperatures are there in the northern interior parts of the Northeast. Mountain ranges of the Sierra Nevadas and the Cascades. We see chilly temperatures for the high. Saturday morning, let's take a look where the warm lows are in South Florida and southern Arizona. Plenty of chilly weather, near freezing temperatures throughout the mountainous parts of the west. Chilly lows will be in the upper Mississippi Valley and northern New England. While your area, let's see, could be as much as the mid to upper single digits there. And for the highs, just low to mid teens in degrees Celsius wild. Let's take a look at the heat. Where's the heat? It's located throughout the southern plains and Texas, southern Arizona, and southern Florida. Plenty of chilly highs throughout the northern Rockies, the Sierra Nevadas, and the Cascades, but near some places may be dealing with some near freezing temperatures. I see the Northeast starts to slowly warm up. Let's take a look at the humidity. Humidity, let's see, wild for your area. Oof, looks like your humidity level could be really high. So that means that you might get some fog. Oh boy. Yeah, you're going to get some fog wild. Throughout the U.S., plenty of humidity throughout the southern plains, the Gulf Coast, and parts of the desert Southwest. Get some humidity, though. There's a lot of dry air, but while in your case, you might get some fog here and there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. See what we got for tomorrow night. While your humidity level starts stabilizing to about the mid-single digits, so that means less fog, less humidity. Plenty of humidity throughout the Great Plains and the Gulf Coast and the desert Southwest. Oh, while your humidity level starts increasing, which means chances of fog are a little high, though. In the Gulf, plenty of humidity, plus parts of the southeast on the coastal side. Much of the plains on the south side, though, and lots of humidity throughout the Great Basin, the desert Southwest, Southern California. Friday night, let's see what you got. Looks like your humidity levels start going down, so that means less moisture. What about the U.S., plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, going up to the Mid-Atlantic, but on the coastal side. But there's plenty of more humidity throughout the southern plains and the desert southwest, parts of the Great Basin, but not as much though. More concentrated along the lower Colorado River Valley. For Saturday morning, plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, all the way to the Delmarva Peninsula, but only on the coastal side. Plus, still some humidity that's going to be in the Gulf Coast. And the desert southwest will get plenty of humidity that's still there. Let's see, well, just to be on the safe side, while it looks like your humidity levels start going down for Saturday morning, which means that's a good thing. It starts, weather starts getting pleasant on your end. But for Saturday night, it'll slowly creep up though, which in which I may be speaking too soon. Plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf and the East Coast, but only way up to New York. And plenty of humidity throughout the Gulf Coast, throughout the Great Plains, and as well as parts of the desert southwest, most notably in Arizona and Southern California. Plenty of humidity there. Now let's take a look at convection. For convection, there's plenty of convection throughout the Gulf Coast, in a few parts in the desert southwest, but not as much as those in the Gulf Coast. For tomorrow night, plenty of convection throughout Florida and a few parts in the Gulf Coast, and plenty of convection throughout the Great Plains, and a tiny bit of convection throughout parts of the desert southwest and Great Basin. While you're not getting any convection whatsoever, because the weather in your area doesn't have the type of capability for a gradual lift. Because your dew point values and your temperature is not really ideal for storms to develop. I mean, you may get some fog in the early morning hours, but on Saturday morning you'll be fine, only to end up with the increasing dew points, which means you're going to end up with some fog. For Friday morning, plenty of convection throughout Florida, the southern tip of Texas, and maybe a tiny bit in a few parts of the Great Basin. Friday night, lots of convection throughout Florida, and a lot of which in Kansas, and ever-growing amount of convection throughout much of the mountainous parts of the west and the Great Basin, though, but not as much as those in the Great Plains. Convection still present throughout Florida, but not as much though, and as well as in Nevada and Utah. And finally, convection is all over Florida, but not much though. Ever-growing convection throughout the desert southwest, Great Basin, and the western plains. Let's take a look at some rain and some storms that could be there. Well, there's plenty of wet weather and some storms throughout the Gulf Coast all the way to the Carolinas. Some storms will linger throughout the desert southwest, and plenty of storms moving into the Pacific Northwest. Storms will be all over the southeast. Some showers and clouds moving into the upper Mississippi Valley, Minnesota. More storms throughout the desert southwest and the Great Basin. But yet clouds and showers moving into the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side. While in your case, your cloud coverage is about to increase and may get some precipitation to go along with it for tomorrow. Friday morning, there will be more storms still lingering throughout the southeast. Storms also moving into the into Missouri and all the way to Lake Superior. That means in your case, while you're going to get some wet weather, a lot of it, and more storms throughout the desert Southwest, Great Basin, and the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side, and Southern California. Look at that. And yeah, it's because you have Octave, well, not Octave, you have Priscilla. Yeah, Priscilla's moisture is going to move into the desert Southwest, though, in a matter of a few days. Friday night, more storms in the southeast and the Great Lakes region, while your wet weather event might move away. More storms in the desert Southwest and the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side. That's for Friday night, though. Saturday morning. Saturday morning, there will be lots of storms still lingering throughout the southeastern coast. More storms affecting the desert Southwest and the Pacific Northwest. Now moving inland into the Bitterroot Mountains of Idaho. And some storms will linger throughout the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region on the eastern side. While your weather clears up, which is good. And finally, Saturday night, well, you do have plenty of storms, yet more showers would move into the mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast, and as well as the Northern Plains. More storms spread throughout the Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. Now let's talk about any snowfall accumulation involved. Not much going on throughout the country except for Oregon, on the mountainous parts of Oregon, just up to 3 inches of snow. Washington, up to 6 inches of snow along the mountainous parts of the Cascades. Up to 2 inches in northwestern Montana, but not in a widespread fashion. Traceable amounts of snow in northern Idaho. Alright, now that we managed to get through a lot of the national weather discussion, let's play the radar and let's switch to Minecraft. Shall we, folks? Right. But yeah, so that means that your weather is somewhat unsettled for tomorrow and Friday, but Friday's the worst part. Saturday, yeah, you're gonna get some nice weather, but that'll last for as long as it can throughout much of the early part of your weekend. Wild. Minecraft doesn't use the U word. Underwear? Or underground or something. Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.